Hello, everyone. I'm Maya, and I'm going to be sharing with you Frida by Jonah Winter, illustrated by Ana Juan. Let's start by looking at the cover. What do you see? What do you think this book will be about? I am sure that you are aware that this is Latinx Heritage Month. So today, we're going to learn about one of the most influential artists in Mexico, Frida Kahlo. Her story is just one of many from Mexico, and that's only one of the countries in Latin America. And unfortunately, we don't have time for all of them today. So I encourage all of you to look for more Latinx stories. I'm really excited to be sharing this book with you. I read it for the first time when I was about your age, and I was really inspired by Frida Kahlo's story of strength and to artistic skills, and I hope it will inspire you too. Before we begin, let's talk a little bit about the author and the illustrator. Jonah Winter grew up in Texas and has written many children's books about important people like Muhammad Ali, Diego Rivera, Barack Obama, and Sonia Sotomayor. He is also an illustrator, so he was familiar with Frida Kahlo's work, as was Ana Juan, the illustrator, and she is also a writer. Ana Juan is from Spain and has illustrated books like Elena's Serenade and For You, a Kenyan Child. Both the writer and illustrator were very much inspired by Frida Kahlo's work, and so before we begin, let's look at the influence. I want to share a picture of Frida Kahlo's work with you. What do you notice about this painting? This is a self-portrait by Frida Kahlo. What do you notice about the background? What do you notice about her hair? What about her eyebrows? What two animals are next to her? Do they resemble her? Why do you think she chose these animals? Let's take a closer look at her necklace. What is it made of? Do you see anything that looks unpleasant about it? Do you notice the tiny thorns that are pricking her throat? Why do you think that Frida Kahlo might not have chosen to show her face showing any pain? I want you to keep all of these images in mind as we begin reading the book, as you will see similar things in this book. So without any further ado, let's begin Frida. Frida enters the world. For little Frida, the world is Mexico. Her house is blue. It is in Coyoacán. Frida's father is an artist and a photographer. He teaches her how to use a paintbrush. Frida's mother looks after 6 daughters. Often she is tired. Often Frida is lonely, even though she has sisters. Enter stage left, Frida's imaginary friend. Her name is also Frida. They play games. All of a sudden, Frida gets very sick. She is in bed for months. There's something wrong with one of her legs. Even her imaginary friend can't cheer her up. That's when Frida starts to teach herself how to draw. Drawing saves her from being sad. After Frida gets well, she still wants to make art. She paints little paintings that are copies of other paintings. Painting on photographs is what Frida's father does for a living. He teaches her how to do it too. Frida also paints things that she sees with a microscope. She loves looking at things closely. Do you know what a microscope is? It's an object that helps you see things in very great detail. At school, Frida studies science. She is bored. School is too easy. One day, Frida is riding the bus home from school. A horrible accident happens. A trolley runs into the bus. Frida almost dies. In the hospital, it is painting that saves her once again. Painting is like her imaginary friend. It is there whenever she wants it. It keeps her from giving up hope. It keeps her company. After the accident, life will never be the same for Frida. She will walk with a cane when she is able to walk. Her body will hurt, always. But Frida does not cry or complain. Instead of crying, she paints pictures of herself crying. When she can't leave her bed, she paints in bed. When her whole torso is put in a cast, she paints on the cast. The torso is the part of the body that extends from the base of the neck to the waist. It does not include the arms. Nothing can stop Frida from painting. Because she is so often alone and unable to leave her house, she has to use her imagination. She paints what she sees with her heart on top of what she sees with her eyes. It is almost like painting on photographs. She paints she paints little magical scenes with words at the bottom. All over Mexico, people paint these kinds of scenes. Sometimes they are scenes of accidents with angels coming to the rescue. They are like prayers for people who are sick. They are called ex votos. Frida paints ex votos of herself when she is sick or in pain. Frida imitates no one in her style. Her paintings are like nothing else. In museums, people still look at them and weep and sigh and smile. She turns her pain into something beautiful. It is like a miracle. The end. Before we wrap up, let's review the vocabulary words. Microscope, a device that allows a person to look at an object in much more detail. A trolley, a bus that runs on electricity. The torso, the part of the body that goes from the neck to the waist, but does not include the arm. Let's talk about the pictures. What did Which one was your favorite? How did the story start? What moment or moments changed Frida's life? How did the book end? How do you deal when you're feeling sad or angry or lonely? You can share your thoughts with Jonah Winter through his website. Feel free to write or draw or express what you are feeling or to share your own stories. And make sure to keep looking for more Latinx stories. Have a good day.